Our 5 weather center, I'm meteorologist J.D. Rudd.
All right, good. Lake effect snow. First time we've heard that this year. That's all. Ring the bell, ring the bell. It's all about to happen. Michael Stanley with you. Glad to have you back. It is Cleveland Connection time, and we are going to do it up close and personal today. I'm joined by a gentleman that I have known and worked with on and off for about, I don't know, the last 15 years or something like that. Mr. Joe Kleon, one of the finest rock photographers you're going to find, and he bases himself right out of the North Coast here. How you doing, Joe?
Doing great, Michael. Thanks so much for having me on.
My pleasure. You got a big show coming up, you and Anastasia Pantios.
Yes, me and Anastasia Pantios putting together an art gallery exhibit of Cleveland concert photography, and it's going to open tomorrow night and go through the weekend, 3 days. It's called Rock Roll Perspectives, and it literally showcases 5 decades of Cleveland concert photography.
I was going to say, between the two of you, there probably isn't a concert that hasn't been shot around here.
There's not a lot. Maybe when we were sick one day or something.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
So there's a ton of, Anastasia stuff from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and then my stuff from the last 15 years, and we've combined it into about 240 photos, and it's a pretty spectacular exhibit. I just came from there, and it's pretty incredible. Just the amount of artists over time that are represented in one place.
Well, I've worked with both of you and had both of you do pictures for me and MSB and things over the years, and the resonators and all that. And you guys, you're up there with the best there is. How did you get into it? I mean, was it just a way to get into the shows free so you could say I was taking pictures?
I was already getting into shows free for my radio stuff and working for record labels and that. I basically bought a camera for my honeymoon that I couldn't afford and was working here with WNCX, so I started coming to shoot some of your shows. And I was also working on the crew with Wish You Were Here, and I started shooting some of those shows, and it just spiraled out of control from there.
I don't think people realize a lot of time what you guys have to go through to get, I mean, there's a lot of restrictions put on you now. We were just talking off the air. I've never understood that, why, you get in a band, you get a band, you want to get famous, you want to get known, and you do anything to have somebody take your picture and put it in a newspaper or a magazine, and then you get famous, and it's like, no pictures. Yeah. I don't understand that, but it's just not like, oh, I'm here with my camera and I can do what I want, I can take pictures. You got a lot of things going against you in this job.
Yeah, most of the time it's the first 3 songs or the first 2 songs, or some bands will only want you to shoot the first 60 seconds of the song, but I won't go to those shows. I stay home on those nights. It used to bother me a lot, but now I can get what I need in 3 songs and beat the traffic home, and it takes me a few hours to work on my photos for whoever I'm shooting for anyway, so it seems to work out pretty good.
That's a very mature attitude.
I used to hate it, but I got used to it over 15 years.
You're down at E.40th and Payne, right?
Yes, the Loftworks Gallery. It's an incredible gallery. Great people. Really, really nice place. Right there, E.40th and Payne in Asiatown. And it opens tomorrow night, 5 to 9, opening reception. Saturday we'll be around from 2 to 8. And your bass player, E-Rock Sasinski, along with Jim Teig, his acoustic partner, will be performing from 3 to 6 on Saturday. And then Sunday we'll close it out from noon to 5.
Sounds like a full weekend, that's for sure.
And concert photos make great holiday gifts, so if you want to get some of your holiday shopping done early.
You'll have a lot of things for sale, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I'll have a computer with my 1,000 shows will all be on there, so if there's an obscure artist that we don't have on the walls, I can still get it for you.
You must have a great stage pass collection.
I do.
Photo pass collection.
I have a hard drive collection that I almost need to get a new house.
Any advice for aspiring young rock photographers?
It's kind of almost like a dying art these days. Yeah, it's a dying art, but it's a lot of fun and it's really challenging. I mean, I can stand in a field for an hour and get my camera settings perfect every time, but when you have a 10-second lighting bank that you have to get a good shot, it's just very challenging, and that's why I like it. It's
amazing when you think about how many photos you take, and especially in this day when it's digital as opposed to having to worry about film and all that sort of thing. But all it takes is one iconic image for an artist or this or that. I mean, everybody knows, the one Jim Morrison picture, which always shows up, and that's the one, and he'll always be that in people's memory. So if you latch onto that for some artist, you got it going there.
Yeah, absolutely. So we hope to see everybody out there this weekend. And again, it is I think the largest display of Cleveland concert photography ever presented.
You went to these shows, now go, you can relive them. That's what it's all about at this point in the game,
The moments that you don't remember will help you remember.
So go see Anastasia and Joe's Rock and Roll Perspectives. It's at Loftworks Gallery, 1667 East 40th, right near East 40th and Payne. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I know when I was asking you off the air, like, who was your favorite band to shoot? And you said You said Rush, right?
Band I photographed twice, but I've seen live over 50 times. My all-time favorite band.
Unbelievable. So there you go. Check it out. They'll be there with some great photos this weekend. And thank you for stopping by, my man.
Thank you very much, Michael.
You got it. We're back into it with some Rush on 98.5 NCX, Cleveland's classic rock.